Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Zero City. We have some new updates and new functionality to talk about in the game today. So today we are going to talk about the spy market, and we're going to talk about talents and factions. Excuse me, so let's go ahead and do my normal pre-game routine here. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel over the last month or so. I have multiple ways to do that. We have Buy Me a Coffee and YouTube memberships. Keith, Guiles, and Stacy Turner, thank you for your continued support with YouTube memberships. And Flart, Fwapp, and Loco, thank you for your continued ongoing support as well with buying me coffees. I do appreciate the ongoing support everybody's been giving. It is much appreciated. Okay. Let's talk about these updates. There's been a lot of, we knew it was coming. I've mentioned some things about them in the past, and they're finally here. A lot of people are excited about them. Some people weren't, like some people like me. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and talk about them. We'll do the spy market first. That'll be nice and quick. And the talents and factions, I want to give you some things that I've learned, some pointers. There's been a lot of complaints I've seen on my Discord server, so I'm going to bring some of those up just to clarify what people should be expecting and what not to expect with talents and factions. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the spy market. So this is something that came into Hustle Castle several months ago. In the past, on the very top of our house, there's a sign up there that said Dragon Landing or Dragon Runway or something like that. It's been up there ever since day one, and everybody kept asking about where's this dragon because we never saw anything. And they ended up, I think this was after the fact, I don't think this was ever planned. They now on the top here put a dragon up there, and they bring special rewards. It's kind of like the Wandering Merchant that we have show up every once in a while, but now we have the spy market, which is out front. And what that is just a way for you to, it tells you right there, unique items from past events can be purchased from the shop. They're expensive, they're very expensive, but you know, when you have something in the game that is not a deal breaker, but something that is critical. You know, this Robbie rifle was very popular for a long time. If you started the game after the Robbie rifle, you didn't have it. Is this the firecracker bomb? There's a bomb out here that everybody has to have. Not even familiar with it off the top of my head. I'll go look at mine here in a second. But again, so if you weren't part of the game when that came out, you can go ahead and buy these. So you can see the ones that you already have. Let's find, there we go. So those are the ones I already have, so I can't buy them again. But if there's something here like I didn't get this one, I could go ahead and make that purchase. 7,000 cryptos, very expensive. They're certainly not cheap. Some of the ones are a little cheaper, not as good. Nobody uses this, so it would be kind of silly to buy that. Hypnotic helmet, this is used a lot. So, you know, that might be something you want to consider. And, you know, tech set was used. I don't know if it's still being used anymore or not, but so yeah, I mean there's good stuff here for sure, but it is expensive. And the thing to also to remember is, from what I've seen in Hustle Castle, this list doesn't go away. It's only going to grow as events come and go. They're going to add more to it because obviously they're going to want people to spend as much money as possible, so they're going to give you an opportunity to buy something multiple times. So this merchant's going to disappear in a little over 4 days. It'll be back again in a month or 2 months, whatever, and they'll have the same things plus potentially more at that point. So anyway, no hurry. If you have extra money you want to spend, then go for it. If not, no big deal. It'll be back again. Or if you're on the fence and you're not sure, it'll be back again. So that's really all there is to talk about there. Nothing overly exciting for me, but if you're one who's been looking for something, I do see that we don't have our guns here. We got the Robbie rifle, but we don't have, oh, here we go. This is not the one either. We don't have the premium rifle in the game here, but I'm sure it'll be here at one point in the future. Alright, so that's a minor part of what's going on here, obviously. The big part is our talents and our factions. To bring that screen back up again. I don't know if we have anything exciting to show in here. I guess we could talk about a couple things here. So, talents are, as you can see with the slasher here on our screen, we got the blue fist in the middle. That's the talent that this person has. Blue for rare. You know, we have the same different levels. We have common, which is gray, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary, just the same as everything else. And each of those talents have a specific ability, and there are multiple abilities per that you could possibly have. And the way you get those, everybody workers, not even level 100. This has been implemented multiple ways. In American Dad, they did it a fantastic way that was extremely good, extremely useful, extremely intuitive, and easy to use. And it's only for level 100 fighters. And then Hustle Castle added it, and it's been very clunky. They've already modified the way it's been used about 4 or 5 times, and it's still clunky. It's getting better for sure, but it's still clunky. The difference here is every fight or every worker, every person in your shelter gets a talent. Right now, only the fighters have usable talents. It sounds like future updates, the workers will have talents as well, so you might be able to, make more money at the bank or whatever, and more food, and that's useful, and that is something that is in American Data is highly useful. I have my workers making food at over 100,000 per hour right now, which is highly useful when all the other games are, I think, maybe in 80,000 or something like that. So it makes a big difference for sure. So anyway, by default, everybody's been given something. So you can go around and look at all of your workers, all your fighters, everybody. They're going to have some specific talent. Might be usable, might not be. And if you want to change that, you basically click on we'll go ahead and do this as, we walk through it here. I haven't spent any time looking at it yet, but I'm just speaking to how things are in Hustle Castle. So you click on that fist there, the blue fist, and then it brings you up a screen, and you use these books here, tomes, whatever they're called in this game. We'll find out in a moment. And that will allow you to change your talent. And based on the color of the book here, it will give you a chance to get a higher level one. And the specific word that is important is chance. There's no guarantees of anything. And then you just basically go through it and get something you want, and then you keep it. And then as talents work together for multiple fighters, they can build factions which have extra synergies, obviously, between the fighters to make you better and make you stronger. So that's the general idea behind it. So if I go ahead and just look at a worker here, I'll just pick somebody here making food. Slowly, as you can see, I have a talent. There's exclamation point on there, meaning I can't use it. If this person was somebody who had a rifle, then they would do an extra 100 damage. And you can go to change talent, and then here you use your guides. I guess we're calling them here, maybe. You can use a guide. So if we had blue, we would have a chance. If we had one of the blues, the best I could possibly get would be a rare. The blue guide gives us the best of a blue. I could get a common, I could get an uncommon, I could get a blue. And if we go epic, it allows us, only 3 though, so it's uncommon. The lowest you're going to get is uncommon. The highest you'll get is epic. Legendary, you might get a legendary, but the lowest you can get is a rare. So you're guaranteed at least a rare if you use the legendary. And again, the important word there is might. Let's see if we have percentages here. I don't think so. No percentages here. So just to note, I've seen a lot of people complaining. You're not guaranteed anything just because you use a legendary book here, self-study book. It doesn't mean you're going to get a legendary. You're more than likely going to get a lot of rares. My experience with Hustle Castle, I've probably used over 100 of these books already, legendary books, and I've gotten 3 legendary talents, I believe. I've seen a couple of people that said they've opened up 2 and they got 2 legendaries, so that's extremely lucky. Maybe the drop rates are a little bit better in Zero City. It does look that way. I know people are complaining about how horrible it is, but it if anything, it's better than it is in Hustle Castle because the drop rates are really, really low in Hustle Castle. And they just recently, last week, I think, improved their drop rates, and it's still really low. The other day I did like 20 of them, and I got 1 legendary, or maybe it was like 25, and I got one new legendary item. So really rare. You certainly can't expect it. They don't really say here, but if we go in the other game, they say, as you can see, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 different possible talents here. And if we go up to legendary, there's a lot more. I'm not even going to count them, but every single possible one you can get is here when you do legendary. So me personally, I only like to go for the legendaries because it's going to give me the best chance to get something. You can't expect to get everything. And just out of all aspects of the game, it's something that just takes time. You're not going to get all the top level stuff right at the beginning. If you're a whale who spends a lot of money, then you can get it a whole lot quicker, obviously. But for all the rest of us, it's just a matter of continuing to grind. Eventually you'll get the good stuff and you'll get better. All right, so let's go to the one of my fighters. Let's go ahead and change one because I'm sure I have something I can change. Actually, I don't have anything yet. Let me go to the offer real quick. Everybody should have gotten this offer down here where you can go ahead and buy, and I think this is where a lot of the complaints were, where people bought this, used the book, and didn't get a legendary or whatever, and they were upset. Some people, let me Let's go ahead and buy one. I'm just going to buy one here. So if you go to the market here, you can buy your books. This just dropped in Hustle Castle. You can get 125, 390, 990. I'll just go ahead and buy this one right here. This just dropped to 50% in Hustle Castle. I think it's 450 right now for one. But that's after several months, so I don't know if that's going to follow the same path here in Zero City or not. But let's go ahead and buy one so we can demonstrate what we're doing. Okay, we have it there. And let me find somebody. We'll start off with my my favorite person here. So I currently actually have a talent that is useful. Not. It's only uncommon. I mean, it's only common. So if we go change talent. Oh, I bought 2 of them. You know what? Let me take a step back. Was I supposed to get 2? I don't think I clicked it twice. Market. Self-study books. Talent. Large talent self-study book. Didn't say I get 2. When you open it, you get a... Oh, that tells you right here. This, I guess if people clicked on that, they would have an idea of some of the concerns and upsetness I saw today. A couple key points here when I go ahead and make this change. So again, we'll go back here. We're going to hit change talent. We're going to do legendary only. That's all I have anyway. We get to learn. So now here's where I actually misspoke if anybody saw my Hustle Castle videos. So we open it up, we get rare, we get rare, we get rare. That right there is that's what's expected. It's like all the other ones. You open these chests with we got a chance for like premium event items. Usually you don't get it, and that's what this is right here. So we have elusiveness, we got survivability. This is for our chemist, obviously for punctuality. This one is for a this is for a tank, this is for a tank, this is for a chemist, this is for a ranger. This is, since I'm running for ranger, none of these will be used. I'm just going to go ahead and pick survivability just because. You can hit choose later, and if you do that, you can't change it. It's, you know, it shows you that you're gonna, you won't be able to do another book until you make that decision. So it's still here, the same stuff, it doesn't change. I can choose to keep what I currently have and I won't lose it, or I can pick one of the new ones. And once I pick one of the new ones, my existing one is gone. It won't come back. I did see somebody make a post that said they were able to get 2 legendaries very early. They got extremely lucky, and they just ignored it, thinking that it went in their inventory and they could choose it anytime they wanted to. But no, if you don't select something, if you don't accept it, it's gone. So if you want to keep it and it's not perfect, like say I got a chemist legendary, I wouldn't want to get rid of it. What I would end up doing is going and swapping my ranger for a chemist. So now all of a sudden this person becomes my ranger, this person becomes my chemist, and they have the proper talent to go with what they can do. And that's what you should be doing. Once you get somebody that's outfitted with maybe like an epic that's doing something you want, then maybe focus on somebody else, and then you just swap your people as needed. But if you do that, this is where I got into a problem. You have to be careful. If you go into arena or railroad and say you use previous or whatever, it's going to be based on the person's name and not what their setup as. So you might do some swapping to make sure you have the exact same setup that you had before. That was something that bit me a couple different times, so a little bit of a lesson learned on that one. I don't know why I'm picking these, because we'll still be unhappy by the end of the video. Alright, so now let's talk about, chaining these talents together. Actually, let's not. Let's go back and finish this one off. So we have survivability here. I'm just going to pick this one. I won't be able to use it. As you can see, it's invalid. I might swap that out with a tank or somebody later. I don't know. I probably won't, because it's only rare. I don't really care. Since I did get 2 of these books, let's go ahead and do this one as well. Currently I have chemistry knowledge, which is good. Do I want to waste that? I don't know. Let me look at my other level 100. My quote-unquote infantry, he's set up as a chemist, so that's actually not even usable. That's interesting. It doesn't say that I can't use it. Maybe, because it's a chemist because of the weapon, that's why. There's a chemist because of the weapon. Oh, look at this one. This is my level 85 here, 87. Oh, it's another dodge. Useless. So they were given a rare talent right off the bat. Not bad. Alright, let's go back. No, I'm not going to get rid of that one. I am going to get rid of that one because I'm not going to use it. Yeah, no, I can't decide what to do. I'm just going to go with Psycho. Okay, let's use the other book here. 1690 is not very much, so whatever, it's fine. Let's go ahead and learn this one and see what we get. See if we can't get lucky. Rare, rare, rare. Again, it stinks. I would like to get something better, but that is pretty much what to expect. So again, don't be getting upset. You know what you really need to do at this point? Is this 2470 better or is this 2470? I usually pick the one with more, but that's not necessarily what you want to do because of the next aspect that we haven't talked about yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick curiosity just because these aren't things I'm going to permanently be keeping anyway. One other item to note is your power didn't pay attention, but your power does go up. So if you're one who watches your power very closely like I do, you need to be careful, because right now if I look into my setup here, my barracks, my current power is 9266. Actually, that's not gonna, let me make one little change to my hero officer. $160. Oh, okay, maybe it is right. Anyway, it increases your power and it might push you over. So 9266, maybe they made some change because mine was at 9.3. There you go, 9163. So my power is 100,000 higher currently than my highest historic high. So my next time I go into a fight, my high is going to go up, and that's all because of talents. I didn't do anything else, unless they also changed a couple of the maybe they nerfed a couple things that I didn't, or buffed a couple things that I don't know about. But be very wary of that if you're somebody who watches power closely. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments before I go into battle. Now the other part, and this is what, in my mind, the most confusing part of it, is factions, and this is where your fighters are working together. And it's not a huge improvement to your squad, but there are improvements that you can make, and this is where it gets really difficult. They've already incorporated a couple of the improvements that Hustle Castle has added, so it's not quite as confusing as it was from day one with Hustle Castle, but it's not quite as good as Hustle Castle currently is. So if we just look at like Renegades right here, so if you have two different people, one of them who is using the Sharp Mind and one of them who is using Fury, they can link together, and then you will get this bonus that says once in a while all faction members gain a shield that gives them 15,000 absorbs chemical damage. So when you're trying to choose which talent to use on that previous screen I was on, you need to keep your factions in mind and scope out what you're looking for to give you the best benefit, and then choose the one. So that one that gave me the extra 400 dodge, which I care less about dodge, that might have been a bad decision, because I might have given me a chance to complete a faction or to give me a better faction by choosing the other one. And then obviously the more people you have grouped together, the better the result. So if we have 3 grouped together here, we have one where there's a shield, and then there's health, and it all depends on what that specific talent is, because there's different abilities here, and a lot of these are legendaries, and these are things you guys have the opportunity to get later on. Here we got 4, and then if you have 5 working together, so if we have 5 for the Disgusted 5, once in a while 3 random enemies are frightened for a second. When the fear ends, they cannot use the weapons for 3 seconds, and the damage done by infantry and the faction is increased by 45%, lasting for 3 seconds. So these aren't huge benefits, but they are certainly helpful. So if we go to management here, this was something that was added after day 1. It shows you, like if you're trying to complete Renegades here, it shows you what you have that can currently fill that role. So I need this big brain and that mean looking guy. Up top you see the big brain, but I don't have any of the mean looking guy. But if I go down here, I got some of those mean guys down here. That includes everybody, including your workers who can't currently use them anyway. But it shows where they are. So like, oh, this person, I can move them into the barracks, and they only will show you a benefit if they're in the barracks, obviously. So I can't complete this faction because I don't have that mean looking guy in there. And then we have, so these are ones I can make by using the current talents that I have. Unavailable, these are ones I can't make because I don't have the correct talent anywhere. Like I don't have anybody with this boxing looking guy. If I go through all my talents here, I don't have anybody with that, so I can't complete that one. And these are, it showed before, it showed when we were looking at that one, this Disgusting 5, we looked at it, they're all legendary, so that's pretty much the top level. Here's the basic level you can get. I can use my common, uncommon, rare, and then you can complete this one. And then I think the better your talents are, the more you can use. I'm not positive on that one, considering I think these stats are the same thing we saw before. But obviously they do get stronger with the better they have here. So let me show you one other thing. We don't have it here in this game. Let me just prove to myself that that's true. Let's go do a fight. Well, I don't have any talent, or I don't have any completed items in here, but let me just turn this on. So right here, as you can see, this is my Hustle Castle set up in here, and this is something that was just recently added. So we have the chain in here where you actually can show how your team is working together. So as you can see, I have 2 separate items working together, depending who I have in my setup in my barracks. I have one where I have a 2 and a 2, and another where I have a 2 and a 3. And again, they're very minor, but they do help buff the squad a little bit. But it makes it much easier to see, and it makes it much more visual, so you can tell where the benefit is coming. And I'm sure that change is going to come to this game as well. And it happened when, like I said, it just happened, and it happened when the prices were reduced in the store. Speaking of prices, let me cover one more thing, and then we'll wrap it. But as I showed, we can buy these items in several ways. So we can buy them here for cryptos if you have cryptos. I'm going to look in several places. If it is in Hustle Castle, so if it's not here, it will be. But if we go to the store here, as you can see, I got 240,000 of those guys. And if I go down to the store, we should have the ability to buy them down here as well. So I can spend 8,500 and get 5 of them every week. So you can go ahead, if you're somebody who grinds the arena, you can grind the arena and start buying these books, and they're going to help you out. So again, over time, you'll be able to get these. Again, also, I don't personally recommend getting the small ones, but that's up to you. That's your choice. So if you're somebody who does the arena a lot, it's going to help you a lot. If you're somebody who does the bunker a lot, these are expensive, but if you do the bunker a lot, it's probably not. For me, it would be way too expensive, but we come down here to the store. You get the same option, 545,000, so I couldn't even buy 2 of them. But again, this will refresh every week as well, so you can grind the bunker, and you can buy them there. And then the other option is the railroad. This is one where I will likely do some spending. So we got batteries. We go down 21,500. And if you're one who grinds the railroad all the time, and if you do 4 of these every day, and you can complete it every day, I think you can get like 10,000 batteries, I believe, a day, somewhere around there. So every 2 days, you could buy a legendary book. So that's not too bad if you're somebody who does that regular grinding. Me personally, I can't, because all the games I'm playing, I just can't keep up with all of it. But that's a reasonable one. And then something else that's more reasonable, we can't check it right now, but the tunnels. In Hustle Castle, I haven't seen it in Zero City, but I'm assuming it's the same in Hustle Castle. Up until this past week, you could grind the level 80 and below, and you can also get 5 books there as well. And you don't have to go to, there's something like 28,000 maybe 22,000 per legendary book. So if you grind somewhat steadily, not even super hard over the weekend, you should be able to get 5 or at least 4 legendary books every weekend by doing the tunnels. So get those, open them up, and occasionally you're going to get something good. So it's just, again, you just got to take time, and don't stress about it too much. With this recent release in Hustle Castle, also, they added the level 81 and above levels in the tunnel, where you can start using those items to get the books as well. But that was just released, and I haven't seen how much that cost yet, but that's another option. I think that would be everything that I know about as far as this release goes, and the factions and the talents. So again, the main message here is just take your time. It's not going to be all the best of the stuff right at the beginning. You're not going to always get, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't take I have 2 different screens going on here. That was not helpful. Sorry, I left that image on the screen there, so you guys didn't see everything I was showing, but at least you heard me, so you know what I was talking about. But yeah, just take your time. It's something that's going to get there. You'll see the top guys have it much quicker than you do, because they're spending a lot of money, or they grind something or another, the arena or the railroad, so they have a lot more opportunities and they get there quicker. But as with all parts of it, you'll get there as well. So just take your time, enjoy it. Don't take it too seriously. It's still just a game. It's just for fun. But yeah, it's an improvement, and it's a good sign that means they're working on the game, they're improving the game, and things are getting better. So good luck with everybody. Enjoy it, and until the next time, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.